How's it going, football fans around the world? Welcome back to my channel. Liverpool has just defeated Manchester City 1-0 at Anfield. This is my reaction to it. It just ended, so let's get into it. So, Liverpool yet again defeats us. Yet again defeats us. God, that's getting annoying. What is this, the third time in a row? Third time in a row we've lost to Liverpool. Last season and at the beginning of this season, I didn't really mind it. It didn't really hurt as much because it wasn't in the league. And also, the scenarios were just different. But this game, we come in full force, fully fit, got all the momentum, haven't lost yet this Liverpool side, who have only won twice in the league, who were in 11th place before now. Everything seemed to be going wrong. Yes, did they have a good game before, but that was versus Rangers. There's obviously different levels between Rangers and Manchester City. And not only that, but they came in here with injuries. Milner played right back. Now, before I get into Manchester City, let's actually give Liverpool credit here, because we have to. We absolutely have to. I know there's going to be lots of complaints from Manchester City fans. We have no one to blame but ourselves, but we also have to give credit to Liverpool because they played the perfect game plan versus us. They knew what they had to do, and what they did it perfectly, right? They defended well. They actually they put immense pressure on us, which I said in my prediction video. When Liverpool do best against us is when they pressure us, and they're the best team at doing it against Manchester City. And that's exactly what they did. They just know how to play us. It doesn't matter how bad Liverpool are playing. They just know how to play us. They know Pep. They know what Pep likes to do, and they create a perfect game plan against them. Or maybe not the perfect game plan, but the game plan that works best, and it's obviously been working in their favor for the last 3 effing matches. Technically 5, right? They got the 2 draws before the 3 losses they handed us, and in those games too, you could say Liverpool were lucky to get out of those with the draw, but they were still able to because they know how to freaking play us. I didn't quite mention it in my video, but I was implying it a lot. Sorry if you hear whining or barking. It's my dumb dogs, but I was applying it a lot. We cannot let Anfield get to us, and that's exactly what freaking happened. And Liverpool knew it, and they used it to their advantage. The fans got behind them. They defended well. They pressured us well. They even possessed the ball pretty well. Like in that first half, the possession stats were pretty even. We don't typically see that, right? Typically, Manchester City dominate more than that. They create more chances than that. We didn't do that at all. And I think a lot of that has to do with the way we played, but a lot of that also has to do with just the way Liverpool set themselves up. It was perfect. They executed their plan perfect. They had Milner on the right side, which I thought was obviously a weak spot for them. We've seen that before, and we've exploited it before. Or not just Milner in general. We just typically exploit that right side, whoever it is. But they did well, right? I thought they did well backing Milner up, making sure that he wasn't left on an island by himself. There was multiple times where Foden got the ball on the sideline. He thought about taking on Milner, but then he saw Milner's back up, and he thought, all right, let me rethink this. He cut back in, played it back, and then we had to restart. That's what Liverpool did well. They did very well in making sure that we couldn't get anything going, really. Like, a lot of people might blame Haaland, and they might start talking crap on Haaland for not maybe taking a few of the chances that he could have done maybe a little better on, but I don't think they were really that clear, or maybe not being as involved in the game. But he freaking tried. There was multiple times Haaland came way into our own half to just lay off the ball or get the ball, and it's because Liverpool defensive plan was executed perfectly. So we got to give tons and tons and tons of credit to Liverpool and what Klopp has done, because they executed the game plan perfectly. They got the fans behind them. They got that energy behind them. They defended very, very well for 70 minutes. And then once they had us where they wanted us, they knew the longer this game went on without us getting the goal, that the more chance that they could come out here with the win. Once that 70th mark hit, they put on some more attacking players, and literally 3 minutes, like 3-4 minutes after they came on, Salah gets the goal. So tons and tons of credit for Liverpool here. Is this the turnaround for Liverpool? I think this is a great start, right? You got a Champions League win versus Rangers, and then you come out and beat Man City 4 days later, something like that. So it's definitely a start. This could definitely be the turnaround of Liverpool, but I'm not going to say it exactly is, just because consistency is key. But I kept telling myself Liverpool are going to turn it around here eventually, whenever it is. And this looks like this may be it, because it's now 2 back-to-back wins. Dramatic wins, right? That's 7-1 versus Rangers, and now to beat the team that was undefeated in the Premier League that looked like there was no stopping. Well, they just freaking did it. So congrats to Liverpool. Great freaking win. Great executed game plan. Got to give you guys tons of credit. Because going forward, you guys looked crap, honestly. You guys had some few moments, right? The pressure was great, but you guys still seem to be lacking something going forward, and it's probably obviously because you don't have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is crucial going forward. Luis Diaz, You had to change it. You guys had to play a little different today, but you guys knew your strengths and weaknesses, and you executed the game plan perfectly. Defended well, waited till the 70th minute to really go for it, and that's exactly what you guys did. So tons of credit to y'all. I don't know what it is, why we can't beat y'all at Anfield, but yeah. Now let's get into Manchester City. Now that I've done sucking off this Liverpool side, which I shouldn't be doing right now, but now Manchester City. I didn't like what we came in with the game plan at first. But honestly, I didn't think it really mattered. I thought everybody's in form, so does it really matter what formation we come in with? We've just been proven to that yes, it does matter which formation we come in with. I thought Bernardo Silva, we gotta give, before I get into how shit Manchester City were, we gotta give Bernardo Silva so much credit. The work rate for him, what he was doing on that field, keeping us. He was the only energetic one, really. He was the only one that came out on that pitch today and wanted to freaking win. And I would say Haaland as well. They were the only ones, but especially Bernardo Silva. He was all over that freaking pitch, giving it his freaking all. But the rest of the team let him down. If the rest of the team would have had the same energy Bernardo Silva has, I think we win this game by a few goals. But no, we let Anfield get to us yet again, and I don't quite understand it. Yes, I know about home field advantage. It's everywhere in sport, right? But it still doesn't make total sense to me that you go, just because you're at someone else's home, that you can't pick up a win. I don't freaking get it. It doesn't matter that the crowds, I mean, yeah, I know that people talk about the crowd getting behind you and how it energizes you. But for the opposition, why can you not go? Why, or Man City in particular, why can't you go to Anfield and get a dub? It's just absolutely ridiculous. I get home field advantage, but to not have a win in 15, 16, 17 years is ridiculous. And like I stated in my other video, don't count that 2020 win when they had no fans at Anfield as a win for us, because it freaking wasn't. All right, it doesn't count. It doesn't freaking count. I just don't get the BS and why we can't go to Anfield and play like we usually do. Why do we always get to Anfield and shit the absolute bed? I don't get it. I don't get it. You've played there multiple times. You know how it's going to be. You know how the energy is going to be. Why does it affect y'all so much? I mean, man, you afraid the fans are going to come out and attack you? Like, what the? Why y'all play so scared and so loose? Like, it's like almost, it's either they shit the bed or they tried coming out and tried being too calm. Like, I don't freaking get it. Why does it fuck with y'all so much? It's just a stadium with their fans. It's not like they're going to come out and freaking attack you or mob y'all. Get it together, because today was shit. This is one of the only games that you have to come in and be on your absolute 100% best. You can't come in here iffy like Joe Cancelo did, because was he terrible offensively and defensively. He cost us the goal. We could have came out here with the draw. We could have survived with the draw. But Joe Cancelo continuously fucking up, going forward, defending. Why was he left alone with Salah? Why? And also why? I don't know if it really would have mattered, but maybe it could have. Why was it when Alisson was kicking the ball out to Salah that our other three center backs stepped up? Why'd y'all make a little step up? Y'all should have been back there with Joe Cancelo. You shouldn't have left him on an island with Salah. And then Joe Cancelo, what kind of half-ass challenge is that? I don't care that he got his body around you. What kind of challenge is that? It's ridiculous. But yeah, the game plan. Why do we have that lineup? I thought one of our best lineups in this season was Jack Grealish, obviously Haaland, Phil Foden on the right, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Rodri, and then whoever in the back, right? Whoever in the back, it doesn't matter. They've been playing decently well. Like, I don't know what the he was doing. Like at the beginning, it looked like Gundogan and De Bruyne were the like the strikers almost. They were pressing up the most. Haaland was kind of like right tucked in under them. What the were we doing? What the was that? It was so different. It was like we were playing. It was one of those formations we've seen when we played that false nine, when we didn't have that striker. Why were we playing like that again? And it wasn't just the way we lined up, but it was the way we were playing, right? I mean, we were trying to pass it around too much, especially at the end. We got Haaland for a reason. We got Haaland for games like this where he can save us a point when we don't necessarily deserve it. Well, what's the point in having him if we're not going to use him, bro? If we're not going to fucking use him. Oh, man, it makes no sense. You know, Pep's not making subs. He waits till the, 87th minute to put in Julian Alvarez? Like, are you me? Jack Grealish, Mahrez, Julian Alvarez, whoever the it was, should have came on a long time ago. Oh, Manchester City, it's ridiculous. I mean, we got Haaland for a reason. It was going so well, but versus Liverpool, we just absolutely shit the bed. It's like we don't know who we are anymore. We were trying to play like we used to play them back last season when we had a false nine. Like, no, that worked at the moment, but things are different now. And you know what? I know this is gonna sound a little bit like I just contradicted myself, but what I think was annoying was at the end of the game, right? We weren't towards the end of the game, we weren't like just pinging it in the ball and giving Haaland and whoever the goes up there tons of chances, which that's what you do in games like these when you just need to get a goal and you have a brilliant striker up there. Like he might not even be the one to get it, but if you keep pinging it in there, something could happen. And when you have a world-class striker like that, it happens a lot. So we weren't doing that, but when we did finally break through Liverpool's press and we did finally break through their shield, it was like we were looking for him too often. There was times where, and everybody was just off sync. I mean, there was so many runs that players were making that weren't getting played, or they would play the ball into the spot that they weren't in because they made a run elsewhere. That happened so many times. When the ball was being asked to be tapped in, we were just so off sync, and I feel like they were looking for Haaland too much. Like there was times where Gundogan stepped back a bit, and he had so much space in the PK area, and he was wide open, but we tried playing it to Haaland, and they were defending Haaland with their fucking life. Or just there were tons of multiple scenarios you can go look back that we could have played it somewhere else other than Haaland, but we just kept looking for him when we finally did break through. Everything was just so off sync. That's the gist of this. Is for Manchester City, everything was just so off sync. Pep Guardiola, I don't like how he came into the game. Look, if you want Bernardo Silva to play, great. Put him in the midfield though. Who was wings? Were there wings? Like Phil Foden was the only winger out there. Like what the was going on? I feel like he overthinks matches like this, and these are the matches you don't have to overthink it. It's actually just the more simple you make it, the better. Because Liverpool weren't absolutely fantastic. They weren't playing us off the park. They weren't technically better than us. They're not. All right. I gave you guys your credit, Liverpool. So if you're still watching this, Liverpool fans, don't get offended. You gotta admit you're just not technically as good as us. But for some reason, we just absolutely shit the bed. We turn it into a dogfight, and dogfights and matches like these are the ones that the favorite teams typically loses in, right? The longer we go out with the goal, the more chance the other team has, and that's exactly what happened. As soon as Liverpool got that first goal, the crowd was behind them. We were absolutely defeated. We didn't really create any good chances, and that's what sucks about this whole match overall, that there weren't any really clear chances. Haaland could have done better on a few of them, but I thought he did well just to get there. What sucks is that he typically makes those against other teams. He would make those against other teams, right? I mean, we've seen him. Everything he touches turns into gold. But yeah, he's 2 games where he just wasn't able to get a goal versus Liverpool, and I don't think it's really anything against him and his ability. I just think us overall as a team failed each other. And yeah, that's the game. Controversies. Were there any controversies? Klopp got a red card. I really wanted to beat Liverpool. I gave you guys your flowers. You guys did well. You guys deserved it. You're a great competitor, great team. I've always been saying it, but I wanted to beat you guys so much, and it's for the wrong reasons, right? It's not just because I want to continue, but it's because like I read social media, and your fans are you guys overall are just kind of pissing me off with the whole, Klopp. I feel like he's a big ass baby. I think he really is. A good hell of a coach, but I think he's a big ass baby, and he's a funny guy, but there's just times where he just says BS, and going in this game he was so negative, so freaking negative. I've already making excuses basically as of to why they're gonna get handed this big L, but nope, that's not what happened. Maybe that was his plan, right? Maybe he was just trying to fool us. So, and if he was, fair play, Klopp. God, you annoy the shit out of me, but it's probably just a little biased because you defeat my team the most. So yeah. Other controversy: the disallowed goal by Manchester City. I don't want to bitch and complain that we should have had the first goal and that Manchester City should have had the lead. Do I think it should have stood as a goal? Yes. But the reason why I say that is because the whole time the referee was letting these fouls go, right? I mean, he was really letting the players play, and that's fine. That's fine. But you can't, if you're going to let the players play, let the players play. Because what are we supposed to do? Every goal that we get is going to somehow be disallowed just because, according to VAR, someone completely different who's not who's not refereeing the game really, thought it was a foul. Like, if you let that go and you've let them go all match, why disallow it now just because it turned into a goal? Because what are we supposed to do? Just not score? Like, that's so annoying. Yes, do I think that's typically a foul in other matches? Yes, but throughout the whole game, he wasn't calling them. So you're kind of just fucking up the game because crap. I mean, every time we went forward, I was like, well, we might as well not score here because there's a little rough challenge over there that he's been letting go all game. But if we get a goal from it, then he's probably going to call it back because heads up front thought it was a foul. So it's like, however you're calling the game live, I believe you have to call it when you're seeing it on VAR as well, right? You've been letting that go multiple times. We let that go so many freaking times throughout the matches. It wasn't a foul then. It wasn't a foul when Liverpool did it. It wasn't a foul when we did it. But just because it got put up onto the screen, and I know it's meant to be picking up mistakes, but I feel like he was like, it wasn't. He didn't make. Are you telling me he made that many mistakes in the game? No, there were so many challenges like that to where he let it go because I think he genuinely didn't really think it was a foul. And he was letting us play, and he was letting it be a little rough. But that's my only thing. But I'm not going to sit here and about how like we should have won and Liverpool screwed us, or Liverpool or VAR or the Premier League screwed us over. No, this loss is because Liverpool had a good game plan. They stuck to it. They know how to play us. And Manchester City and Pep Guardiola came in half-assed. I don't even know what it was. Too calm, shit the bed, whatever it was. A mix of both. Not changing it up. Pep not making subs. Like I feel like Jack Grealish and Mahrez or whoever should have came on around the 60th, 70th minute. That's not what's happening. So much went wrong, and I feel like throughout the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, I had a big feeling we were going to lose. Big feeling. I mean, I predicted us to win 4-2. I thought our quality would finally get us over the line, but as soon as I felt it, as soon as I could see it in the Manchester City players, they were letting the occasion get to them. That's just my reaction. I feel like I could go all day, but I should probably cut it here. It just baffles me. It just baffles me so much as to why we just can't win at Anfield. Like, yes, I get it, home field advantage. I'm not saying that we need to go there and beat them most of the time, but the fact that we can't seem to get it ever, literally ever, is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, I've been a player myself, and no, I didn't play in 50,000, 60,000 crowds, right? But I was a player myself. Home, away, it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me because, like, what's the difference? Different pitches, maybe? Yeah, maybe that. I mean, yeah, but it's not like they haven't been there before. I mean, you've played your rivals multiple times, right? You know how the pitches are. So I just, like I said, yes, home does have a different type of vibe to it, and maybe it does energize you in a different way. But the fact that we just always get there and just can't seem to play like how we typically play in dominating fashion, and maybe and a lot of it does have to go to how Liverpool set up. I mean, like I said, they just know how to play us. But still, you're telling me our passes couldn't have been better? You're telling me that Liverpool were dictating the way we were playing the ball? No. You're telling me Liverpool was dictating Holland not typically finishing what he's finishing? No. We just letting the pressure and the occasion get to us, and then we play like shit. I'm not expecting this to dominate Liverpool like we dominate every other team. No, Liverpool are a quality side, but the fact that we just can't seem to get much right when we play against them is so stupid to me. But I'm going to end it there. I'm going to stop and stop being salty. Congrats to Liverpool. Arsenal are looking at this fixture like, oh shit, maybe we are those guys because they beat Liverpool last week. Why weren't we? But yeah, it's making it interesting. It's making this race interesting. It makes it a lot more closer, right? The Man City, we have to get our shit together because that performance was awful, very awful. Yeah, but other than that, please like this video, hit that subscribe button. A lot more content coming. This video may be coming out pretty late because I got college to deal with. God damn it, I hate school, especially after an L. I can't think. See you guys later.